We all want to be valuable in life, to be respected by others. But the question is, how can we truly become valuable? Most people believe that wealth, social status, or the approval of others define their worth. It seems that if society sees us as successful, only then do we become valuable. But have you ever questioned whether this belief is actually true? Stoicism teaches us that true value never depends on external achievements. A Stoic understands that your real worth is determined by your character, self-discipline, and depth of thought, not by how others perceive you. Imagine for a moment, if all the praise, recognition, and external validation were taken away from you, would your worth decrease? Or would you still remain strong, confident, and unwavering? Stoic philosophers say, a person who bases their worth on the approval of others is, in reality, handing over control of their life to external forces. So, how can we become truly valuable? How can we build ourselves in a way that makes us proud, even without external validation? Today, we will uncover the secret wisdom of Stoicism that teaches us how to be truly valuable and how to shape our lives in a way that inspires others. Stay with this video till the end, because if these ideas truly resonate with you, they have the power to change the way you think, act, and live, starting today. Step number 1. Focus on what you can control. The first and most important lesson in becoming truly valuable is understanding what is within your control and what is not. Most people spend their lives chasing things that are entirely dependent on others, recognition, social status, or external success. When they don't receive the praise or recognition they expect, they become frustrated, not realizing that these things are entirely beyond their control. They waste their time and energy trying to control things that they cannot, which creates unnecessary stress and disappointment. Stoicism teaches us a different perspective. It says that true freedom and strength come from focusing only on the things we can control. So, what can we control? Not others' opinions, not the unpredictable events or circumstances of the world, but our own thoughts, reactions, and actions. This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful because it frees us from unnecessary stress and allows us to invest our energy in what truly matters. Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher, famously said, "You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it." Imagine two people facing the same difficult situation. One panics, blames others, and feels defeated, while the other stays calm, adapts, and finds a solution. Which one is truly valuable? The answer is clear. The one who controls their reaction. If you want to be truly valuable, stop worrying about how others perceive you or how they will judge you. Don't waste your time and energy on things that are outside your control. Instead, focus on your self-improvement, on becoming wiser, stronger, and more disciplined. This is not about ignoring the world around you, but about focusing on your internal strength. This shift allows you to stop relying on external validation and instead transforms you into someone whose respect is earned because of your inner strength and resilience. The moment you stop chasing external recognition and start mastering your own mind, you'll see something incredible happen. Others will start respecting you, not because you sought their approval, but because you became someone worthy of respect. When you focus on your internal development, your value in the eyes of others increases as well. This is the power of focusing on what you can control. Not only does it improve your life, but it also elevates how others perceive you, because true value lies not in external things, but in your inner strength. The truth is, when we focus on things within our control, our self-confidence and independence grow. We no longer depend on external circumstances. This self-reliance empowers us, because we know we are the true masters of our own lives. Once we adopt this mindset, we stop seeking approval from society or others. Instead, we realize that true value comes from our thoughts, actions, and character. In simple terms, focusing on what you can control means truly understanding and embracing your life's purpose. It means shaping your thoughts and actions in a way that brings you personal fulfillment. This is the source of our self-confidence and power. When others see our strength, patience, and confidence, they begin to respect us. Because a person who can face life's challenges with inner control and strength has immeasurable value. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 2. Practice self-control and discipline. A truly valuable person is someone who knows how to control their emotions. Anger, frustration, and greed can rob us of our self-control and, in turn, diminish our value in the eyes of others. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from self-control. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be emotionless, but rather about having the wisdom and discipline to respond to situations calmly and thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively or destructively. When we let our emotions take charge, we allow ourselves to be enslaved by them. For example, when someone insults us, it's easy to react in anger or frustration. We may say things we don't mean, act out of character, or hurt someone else in the process. These emotional outbursts often cause damage that can't be undone, and in the long run, they lower our worth in the eyes of others. The ability to keep our emotions in check, especially in difficult or stressful situations, is what separates those who are truly valued from those who are not. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "Do not be a slave to your emotions. The true strength lies in controlling your own mind." This quote emphasizes the importance of mental discipline and the ability to rise above fleeting emotions. Real power doesn't lie in being able to lash out or express our anger freely. True power lies in the ability to stay calm, composed, and rational even when everything around us is chaotic. Self-control doesn't mean suppressing emotions but choosing how to respond to them. Imagine you're facing a difficult situation. Maybe you've received some bad news or someone has wronged you. In that moment, you have a choice. You can react impulsively, letting anger or frustration control your actions, or you can take a deep breath, step back, and choose to respond with clarity and reason. The second choice requires self-discipline, but it also brings with it long-term benefits. It helps you avoid making rash decisions, protects your relationships, and earns you respect from others. Self-control and discipline aren't just about controlling our outward actions. They also extend to our internal world. It's about having the mental strength to refrain from indulging in negative thoughts or unproductive emotions. Stoics believed that we should train ourselves to resist negative impulses, whether it's giving in to anger, jealousy, or even excessive pleasure. Instead of allowing ourselves to be driven by these emotions, we should cultivate a mindset of balance and moderation. When we practice self-control, we align ourselves with our higher values. Rather than being slaves to our impulses, we consciously choose actions that align with our true goals, goals that are meaningful and contribute to our long-term well-being. For example, when faced with a stressful situation, a person who practices self-control may choose to meditate, take a walk, or calmly assess the situation instead of reacting emotionally. This restraint leads to better decision-making, increased inner peace, and, ultimately, greater respect from others. If you want to be valued by others, you must develop self-discipline. People respect those who are in control of their emotions and actions, not those who let their feelings dictate their behavior. When you consistently show that you can remain composed, make thoughtful decisions, and avoid being swept away by momentary emotions, you demonstrate to the world that you have the inner strength to handle life's challenges with grace and dignity. True value isn't found in giving in to emotions but in choosing a path of reason and self-mastery. Remember, the road to mastering emotions and practicing self-control isn't easy. It requires patience, practice, and persistence. But with time, as you make self-discipline a habit, you'll find that not only do you become more respected and valued by others, but you'll also experience greater peace and fulfillment within yourself. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 3. Stay true to your principles, not external recognition. Most people often determine their value based on the opinions of others. We all, at some point, have strived for praise, recognition, or validation from the external world. However, Stoicism teaches us that true value is not determined by external recognition, but by our own principles and values. How others perceive us or evaluate us is never entirely under our control. Therefore, it is essential to define your own principles and remain faithful to them. If we live our lives solely for external approval or recognition, we will constantly experience a sense of emptiness and instability because these things are fleeting and changeable. At times we may receive praise, and at other times, we may be criticized or devalued. This is why Stoicism tells us that our goal in life should not be to seek external validation but to remain steadfast in our own principles. A person who stays true to their principles and does not compromise their values is the one who possesses true strength and inner peace. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "If you depend on the recognition of others, you will never be free." This quote reminds us that relying on external validation robs us of our freedom. When we become dependent on how others perceive us, our decisions, thoughts, and actions begin to hinge on their approval or support. This situation creates a lack of self-respect and freedom of thought because we prioritize the opinions of others over our own values. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true freedom comes from remaining true to our own principles. Working for external praise means that we might end up compromising our true selves to meet the expectations of others. For example, if you do something wrong or go against your own character just to please someone or gain recognition, you will find yourself losing your authenticity. You may achieve some form of external success, but at the cost of your inner peace and personal growth. When we live just to please others or seek approval, we begin to lose our way and diminish our worth. Furthermore, when you remain true to your principles, you gain a sense of internal peace that is unaffected by external circumstances. Stoicism teaches us that since we cannot control the external world or how others view us, we should focus on improving our mindset, character, and actions, so our value is never determined by others. When you stay true to your principles, you will never lose your worth because you are then reliant on your inner strength and moral integrity. If you want to experience true value and peace in life, base your decisions on your own principles rather than external recognition. This will prevent you from ever compromising your character or abandoning your values. You will live a life that is in alignment with your own principles, and in doing so, you will earn genuine respect and admiration from those who see stability and depth in your character. The more you stay true to your principles and remain unaffected by external pressures, the more peace and self-confidence you will attain in your life. You will cultivate a life where your sense of value and purpose come from your inner strength and values, not from the opinions or recognition of the outside world. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 4. Gain knowledge and continuously improve yourself. A knowledgeable and skilled individual naturally becomes valuable to society. According to Stoicism, knowledge is true power. To be truly valuable in life, we must continuously learn, deepen our thinking, and focus on acquiring wisdom and practical knowledge. This is one of the fundamental principles of Stoic philosophy. Growth is a constant process, and it never ends. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, famously wrote, "Improve yourself a little bit each day, and you will succeed in life." This profound piece of advice emphasizes the importance of incremental progress. The idea here is simple. It's not about overnight transformation, but about steady, consistent improvement. If you aim to be valuable, don't expect instant results. Instead, focus on making small improvements every day. By doing so, you are gradually building a foundation of wisdom, strength, and resilience. In the pursuit of knowledge, it is important to remember that growth doesn't only come from academic learning. It also comes from the experiences we go through and the insights we gain by reflecting on our actions and thoughts. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we understand the world around us. This deep understanding allows us to act with greater purpose and make decisions that are aligned with our principles. Reading books, engaging in thought-provoking conversations, seeking out mentors, and constantly challenging our own beliefs and assumptions. All of these are ways we can continue learning and developing. By expanding our minds and becoming lifelong students of life, we align ourselves with the Stoic principle of continuous improvement. This not only leads to personal growth but also makes us more equipped to contribute to the world in a meaningful way. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of self-discipline in the pursuit of knowledge. It's not just about passively absorbing information, It's about applying that knowledge wisely in real-life situations. True wisdom is demonstrated in how we use knowledge to make better choices, solve problems, and lead a virtuous life. This means not only learning from books but also learning from the way we interact with others and how we handle life's challenges. Every experience, whether good or bad, is an opportunity for growth and learning. The more you invest in improving yourself, the more you will find your value growing, both in your own eyes and in the eyes of others. By becoming a person who is constantly striving for self-improvement, you earn respect, admiration, and trust. People are drawn to those who are committed to bettering themselves, who understand that learning is a lifelong journey. They become valuable not just because of what they know, but because of their commitment to continuous growth. In conclusion, if you want to be truly valuable in life, make knowledge and self-improvement an integral part of your daily life. Don't be content with where you are. Seek to grow, evolve, and learn constantly. This is the path to becoming a person of value, a person who not only contributes to society but also inspires others to follow the same path of personal development. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 5. Maintain humility, not arrogance. Many people believe that if they are confident and assertive, they will become more valuable in life. They think that by appearing strong, confident, and sometimes even arrogant, they will gain more respect and recognition from others. However, Stoicism teaches us that true value lies not in arrogance, but in humility and modesty. Arrogance blinds a person, while humility strengthens them. Humility allows us to accept our limitations and grow, whereas arrogance makes us blind to our flaws and prevents us from improving. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "A true wise person knows that they do not know everything." This quote reminds us that the more we know, the more we realize how much we still don't know. True wisdom comes from acknowledging our limitations. Humility comes from the recognition that other people's perspectives, experiences, and opinions are also valuable and we can learn from them. In life, arrogance makes a person forget their own limitations. An arrogant person believes they are invincible and is reluctant to accept advice or help from others. On the other hand, when a person is humble, they can acknowledge their mistakes and be open to improvement. Humility doesn't just affect how we treat others. It strengthens our self-confidence and self-respect as well. When we are honest about our limitations, we open the doors to growth. True humility is not about belittling ourselves, but rather not being boastful about our achievements or abilities, and instead, being open to learning and listening to others. A humble person never brags about their status or accomplishments, but shares their life experiences and remains constantly open to learning. Being humble means accepting that we don't have all the answers, and valuing the perspectives and knowledge of others. According to Stoic philosophy, humility is a powerful quality that helps us achieve our life goals and attain true peace. A humble person listens to others, values their input, and strives to build meaningful relationships, whereas an arrogant person is only focused on their own voice. Humility strengthens a person's self-confidence and inner power, because they know that their worth is not determined by their achievements or recognition but by their behavior, respect for others, and modesty. If you want to be truly respected, do not be arrogant about your achievements. Instead, focus on learning more and listening attentively to others. In contrast to arrogance, humility builds deeper relationships and fosters empathy. Humility brings cooperation, compassion, and learning into our lives. A humble person understands their true strength and uses it to help others. Humble people are not driven by the need to gain recognition or status. They are focused on improving their character and viewing life as an ongoing learning process. Therefore, humility is an incredibly valuable trait that makes our journey through life smoother and provides us with true strength and value. A humble person not only earns the respect of others, but they also gain peace and confidence within themselves. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 6. Keep morality above everything else. If you compromise on your principles, you might achieve short-term success, but in the long run, your value will diminish. People respect those who stand firm in their values and principles. Stoicism teaches us that justice and integrity are what make a person truly valuable. To be truly valuable in life, we must place morality above everything else, for it is the foundation of our character. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "A virtuous person is never truly worthless in the eyes of others." This powerful statement reminds us that no matter how successful or popular we may become, if we act immorally, our true value will be diminished. People may temporarily admire a person for their wealth or power, but they will respect and honor those who are known for their virtue, honesty, and fairness. If you truly want to be respected and valued in life, be a person of integrity and moral strength. In life, there will be moments when you face temptations or challenges that make it seem easier to compromise your values to gain something in the short term. You may feel that bending the rules or cutting corners will help you achieve success. However, Stoicism teaches us that true success comes from staying true to our moral principles, regardless of the circumstances. Even when faced with difficult decisions or the pressure to conform to society's expectations, your integrity should always come first. A person who acts with integrity may not always win the admiration or approval of others right away, but over time, they will build a reputation for being trustworthy and honorable. On the other hand, someone who compromises their values for personal gain may find themselves surrounded by fleeting praise or success, but they will ultimately lose the respect of others in the long term. Your moral character is the greatest asset you possess, and it will determine how others view you and how you view yourself. The value of a person is not found in how much they have or how much they achieve, but in how they live their life and treat others. Justice, fairness, and kindness are the qualities that stand the test of time. The Stoics emphasize that living a life in alignment with virtue is the path to true happiness and fulfillment. So, if you want to be truly valuable in life, make sure to prioritize morality, justice, and integrity in everything you do. Act with fairness and kindness towards others, and know that one day, this will come back to you in the form of respect and admiration. As we strive to live a life that is valuable, remember that our values and principles are what ultimately define us. Our true worth comes from how we live by our moral standards, and the respect we earn comes from the goodness and integrity we show to others. To better understand how to further enhance your values and principles, stay tuned for the next step, where we will discuss the importance of self-reflection and how it can help strengthen your character even more. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 7. Avoid unnecessary luxury and live a simple life. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness comes from living a simple and meaningful life. In today's world, people often associate success and value with wealth, luxury, and material possessions. Society constantly pressures us to chase after expensive things, social status, and extravagant lifestyles. However, true worth is not found in material possessions but in inner peace, wisdom, and contentment. The more we desire unnecessary luxuries, the more we become dependent on external factors for our happiness. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "If you seek peace in life, stay away from unnecessary things." This quote reminds us that our attachment to material wealth and excessive desires creates unnecessary stress and distractions. A person who constantly seeks luxury and indulgence becomes a slave to their desires, while a person who embraces simplicity experiences true freedom and contentment. A true Stoic understands that external wealth does not define a person's real value. Character, wisdom, and virtue do. Many people believe that having more wealth, expensive possessions, or social status will bring them happiness and recognition. However, Stoicism teaches us that the more we desire, the more we suffer. A life driven by materialistic pursuits often leads to stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we lose sight of what truly matters in life. Instead of chasing luxuries, a wise person focuses on developing inner strength, self-discipline, and gratitude for what they already have. Simplicity does not mean deprivation or living without comfort. It means knowing what is truly necessary and valuable in life. It means prioritizing meaningful experiences, deep relationships, and personal growth over materialistic distractions. By embracing simplicity, we gain more control over our lives, our emotions, and our desires. Instead of being consumed by the endless pursuit of wealth, we can focus on things that truly matter: wisdom, kindness, and self-improvement. Living simply also allows us to be more present in life. When we free ourselves from unnecessary attachments, we become more mindful of our thoughts, actions, and relationships. A person who needs less is not only freer but also stronger, as they are not controlled by external factors. A Stoic finds value not in how much they own but in how they live. So, if you truly want to be valued in life, focus on reducing unnecessary desires, embracing simplicity, and searching for the deeper meaning of life. When you stop chasing after material possessions and instead cultivate wisdom and character, you will naturally become more valuable to yourself and others. To understand how to strengthen your inner self even further, check out the next step, where we will discuss the power of self-reflection and how it can help shape your true value. Step number 8. Remember death and understand the value of time. One of the most profound and powerful teachings of Stoicism is memento mori, which means remember, you will die. This realization teaches us that life is temporary and our time is limited. We often assume that we have an endless amount of time, but the truth is, our time is running out faster than we think. So, if you truly want to be valuable, you must understand the worth of every moment and consciously work towards making your life meaningful. Most of the time, we chase external validation, social status, or unnecessary competition, believing that these things define our success. But memento mori reminds us that, in the end, none of these things will matter if our life lacks true purpose. When we accept the inevitability of death, we realize that every single day matters, and we should not waste our time on meaningless pursuits. Seneca once said, "We think we have a lot of time, but in reality, we have very little." This statement reminds us that time is our most valuable asset. If we lose money, we can earn it back, but once time is gone, it is lost forever. Therefore, we must use every moment wisely and focus on actions that bring positive change to our lives and the lives of others. When we truly understand that life is short, our perspective changes. We stop wasting time on unnecessary anger, jealousy, resentment, and trivial conflicts. We become kinder to others because we know that one day, neither we nor they will be here. We no longer chase external praise, superficial success, or meaningless competition. Instead, we focus on what truly matters: relationships, knowledge, virtue, and self-improvement. Memento mori teaches us that life is not just about existing but about living with purpose. So, do something that makes your life truly valuable. Engage in meaningful actions that will leave a lasting impact, even after you are gone. Gain knowledge, help others, do good deeds, and build your character in such a way that you have no regrets when your time comes. Stoicism teaches that a person's true value is determined by their thoughts, character, and actions. External success, social status, or wealth do not define real worth. If you want to be truly valuable, control your emotions, focus on self-education, stay humble, uphold morality above all else, live simply, and understand the value of time. Make your life meaningful by living each day as if it were your last, because one day it truly will be. Final thought. If you want to be truly valuable in life, the first thing you must do is stop relying on the praise and external recognition of others. Stoicism teaches us that true value is determined by our character, ethics, and knowledge, not by external validation. In short, one's inner qualities and self-confidence are the real measures of value. We should focus on the things that are within our control, practice self-discipline, and live a life that is truly meaningful. Living life with the sole purpose of gaining external approval will never bring true happiness or peace. Stoicism teaches us that it is far more important to focus on improving ourselves than to worry about what others think of us. A truly valuable person never waits for the approval of others. They remain steadfast in their principles, believe in their own worth, and work on their own development, becoming an ideal person. They live their life in a way that not only serves themselves but also becomes an inspiration for others. Their life is a reflection of a true ideal, which can serve as a guide for others. Moreover, memento mori, remember, you will die. This profound lesson teaches us that life should not be lived merely for existence, but for a higher purpose. This realization reminds us that we must use our time wisely so that one day, our life becomes truly valuable. So, in order to be truly valuable, we must turn inward, harness our inner strength and ethics, and apply them in our actions. Only then will we be able to contribute something unique and meaningful to society, not only for ourselves but for others as well.